What's going on, guys? Yanni here. Behind me is a 7-Eleven that we own. This is an interesting story with this 7-Eleven property. This property used to be a gas station. A few years back, gas station went out of business, so 7-Eleven came to us and they said that they want this location. What's interesting about 7-Eleven and a lot of national tenants is they'll pay for all the construction of the property and they'll pay to build the whole entire site. So that's exactly what 7-Eleven did. This property took a lot of years to get the permits and the authorizations from the town, but once it was done, they built it and they built it very quickly. We bought the gas station for $900,000. It actually came with 2 other stores. In order for us to get the permit to build the 7-Eleven, the town wanted us to renovate the facade of those 2 stores to make it nicer, to enhance the town, which we had no problem doing because we wanted to make the town look better. We wanted to make the 7-Eleven permits work, and we just wanted to add value to the property. With us paying $900,000 for the property and renovating the facades of those stores, that made those stores worth more money, and obviously having the 7-Eleven built here made this property worth more money. Both of these properties are worth just about $4.5 million now. From $900,000 to $4.5 million.
Nice.
We're actually selling the property right now, and we're gonna 1031 it into buying more 7-Elevens just to spread the risk, do the same exact thing. So this property is very interesting. If you look here, you see, this is an app called Parceled. You see the way that the property is laid out? We own the 7-Eleven and the whole back of this alley all the way to these buildings over here, which are the buildings that we renovated the facade on. The buildings in the middle we do not own. They're owned by other people, but the back of the driveway that's municipal that everyone's able to use, we do own. Like you guys know, in real estate, being on a corner, which is called a hard corner in real estate, having a light is essential because people stop at the light, they see the location, they see like, okay, maybe I want to go in there. And it's easier for them to get in when there's a light because they can stop and turn in easier, they can slow down, and traffic stops at a corner intersection. So if you notice, the 7-Eleven is closer to the road. Typically in real estate, you want to have the parking closer to the road and the 7-Eleven further back just so people can see the parking lot and get in easier. The town wanted it this way and we had no problem with that. We said okay. Right before it was done and we got the final permit, someone actually drove in that side of it.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
It happens at least once a year for all of our properties. Typically, we wouldn't renovate the facade like a small shopping center like this, but it was contingent on getting the 7-Eleven permit. The tenants are happy, we're happy, the town's happy. When an investor is coming to buy, is buying the 7-Eleven, they didn't want to buy these 2 stores. They are actually buying these 2 stores now. If they looked the way that they looked before the renovation, they 100% would not be buying them. But because they look so good after the renovation, they are buying these 2 stores with that, and we're getting a very low cap rate for the 7-Eleven because it's a 20-year lease, and we're getting a similar cap rate for this just because it looks so good. So the reason the investor that's buying this property from us is buying it is because they're pretty much guaranteed their money for 20 years because 7-Eleven is a multi-billion-dollar company and they're guaranteeing that they're gonna pay the rent for 20 years. That's why they're gonna pay a more aggressive cap rate here than they are for the mom and pop 2 tenants over there. So they're gonna make less of a return on their investment here than they are over there because it's more guaranteed. All right, guys, just to summarize this property here. We bought this property for $900,000. We collected rent from those 2 tenants for all the years that we owned it. We put $100,000 into the facade of that, so we're into it for $1 million, but collected rent roll over the years. Then 7-Eleven came here. They paid for the full construction of this property. They put in over $3 million into this construction. Now we're selling both of these buildings for $4.5 million. So we made over $3.6 million profit just on this property here. If you're interested in learning more about commercial real estate and how it works, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned.